Okay, this is the SOL practice test 1. These are level 2 questions. So this requires you to use a pencil or paper and a pen, okay, all right, to write stuff down. And that's why we are going to call all this level 2, okay? All right, so for these, does it represent a function? So here, remember, here are all the ways that it's not a function. Here's all the ways it's not a function. The x's repeat, okay? All right. A big thing is with these little circles. If you ever see a number where it's like this, all these are not functions. The other thing is if you ever have a graph and you make a vertical line through it and it passes more than once, all right? All right, so if the x's repeat, okay, or you got a line, all right? So what I want to do is write yes or no. Well, since this got that, that's a no. All right, this is all different, that's a yes. I have 2 1s, so that's a no. All right. All right. This has 2 lines from it, so it's a no. Well, if you got 3 no's and 1 yes, this has to be the answer. Okay. All right, so same deal. All right, this repeats, no. All right, this is the x, so this repeats, no. Okay, this is a vertical line, no. So this one's got to be the yes, so that's the answer. Okay, because all those x values are different. Okay, now for factoring, what I want to do with factoring, I want to go to functions, scroll all the way down, GCD, and get out that button for the factoring ones. Okay, so I got 1, -1, -6. Okay, so that's 1, so there's no GCF. So 1 times -6 is -6. Factors of 6. This may help some of you guys. Write these all out. 1 and 6, 2 and 3, okay? 6 divided by 3, 3 and 2. All right, let's check 4. 4, no. 5, no. 6 and 1. Okay, now, if the last number is negative, make all these negative. You're looking for the set that adds up to -1, which is this set right here, okay? All right? You might want to make a longer table for the one-sided ones, okay? All right, so then when I go to my box, all right, I got 1x squared, I got -6, I've got -3x, I've got +2x. What I want to do is take the GCF out of those. Both of those have an x. Anytime you type 1 for the GCD, and you don't have to use this as much if you don't need it, but if you do, do so. All right, 1 is going to be 1. All right, GCF of -3 and -6. All right, it's 3. That's a minus, that's a minus. I got an x, I got a 1. All right, GCF of 2 and 6, I hope everybody knows, is 2. It is +2. So my factors are, all right, 1x minus 3, 1x plus 2. All right, that'll be that one. Okay? All right, so what I want to do, I got 9, -39, and -30. Now watch, this is important. I got a GCF of 3, so I have to select that, and then I divide these by 3, so that would be 3x squared minus 13x minus 10. Okay, so you've got to select that GCF. And you have to divide it. 3 times -3 is -30. All right, here are the factors. 1 and 30. 2 and 15. 3 and 10. 4 would be a decimal. 5 and 6. 6 and 5. 7 will be a decimal. 8 would be a decimal. Okay? 9, no. 10, okay, would be 10 and 3. Okay, 12 no, 11 no, 12 no, 13 no, 14 no, 15 would be 15 and 2, 30 and 1. Okay, now, since this last number is negative, one side's going to be negative. I'm looking for the set that adds up to -13, which would be that set, -15 and 2. Okay, all right, so I got 3x squared minus 15x. Plus 2x minus 10. GCF would be 3. The GCD of 3 and 2 is 1. -15 and -10, you may need that one. It's a little bit bigger number. going to be a 5, minus and a minus. This would be an x. Biggest number here is 3. Biggest number here would be a 2. Okay, so my factors are 1x minus 5 and 3x plus 2, along with checking that 3 there. Okay, so what I'd have to do, okay, 3x plus 2, okay, 1x minus 5, I have to check all those. Okay, what does this equal? Okay, all right, well, that's one of those pattern ones where I got a plus and a minus when you have no middle term. So square root of x is just x. Square root of 9 is 3. So 3 and 3. So that would be that one. Okay, 25. Okay, I want to check for a GCD. 1, -7, and 10. That would be 1. So 1 times 10 would be 10. Factors of 10, 1 and 10. 2 and 5. 5 and 2. 10 and 1. Do you have to write them that way? You can just write those top ones in this case. That last number is positive, so both of those are going to be negative. I'm looking for the set. You can choose either set because both of them add up to -7. So 1x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10. I got x, okay, 1x. Biggest number that goes into 2 and 10 would be 2. If you want to use the GCD button, you can. That's a minus. X and 1. Biggest number that goes in there is 5. So I got 1x minus 5, 1x minus 2, and that's going to be that one. Okay, cube roots. This is also a level 2 question. Okay, that'd be 2 and 24, 2 and 12, 2 and 6, 2 and 3. Both of those are prime. Cross off the doubles. Remember, cube roots, I'm circling 3 items. Boom. Okay? I can take 1 out per circled item. What I didn't circle and didn't cross off goes in there as multiplications. 2 times 3, which would be 6. And that'd be that letter. Okay? Same thing here. Now, this is a square root. 2 and 64, 2 and 32, 2 and 16, 2 and 8, 2 and 4, 2 and 2. Cross off your double branches. Now, if it's a square root, I'm circling 2 items. Okay? Here, here, here. What did I not circle? What did I not cross off? A singular 2. 2 times 2 times 2. Use Desmos for the longer multiplication. 8. 8 square root of 2, which is letter A. Okay? I know this one's hard to see. I'm going to rewrite this. Okay? This is question number 28. Okay? This is the square root of 180 x9 y16. Okay? All right? So you can do it whichever part you want to do first. That's going to be 2 and 90, 2 and 45. 2 wouldn't go into 45, but 3 would. 3 and 5. Okay? Now I got a pair here, a pair here. So I can do 2 times 3. What did I not circle? What did I cross off as 5? So that's 6 square root of 5. Just by doing that, I know those 2 are out. Okay? All right, now, what I want to do, I got 9 divided by 2. Okay? Now, you can get decimals for the exponents, the 4.5. What does that mean? This is the outside. All right, this tells me I've got an exponent of 1 inside. Okay, so I got 6x4, okay, and then inside I got 5x1. Then what I want to do is do 16 divided by 2. That would just be 8, so that's y8. Okay, so this is going to be the best answer, answer D. Okay, this one I want to multiply both the outsides, so that'd be 8. Then I want to multiply the inside, which would be 6. If I go to break down 6, that's 2 and 3. Do I have any pairs? No. So this just remains 8 square root of 6. You can't get it any simpler than that. Okay? Question 30. This is line of best fit and curve of best fit. Okay? What you have to understand is if you have the line 1, it's y1, a1, ax1 plus b. If it is the quad, it is y1 ax1 squared plus bx1 plus c. okay? So you have to add those things if necessary, okay? So what I want to do is make a table, and you gotta, every time you start these, you have to start them all over again, okay? All right, so I got table, I got -8, 80.4, I've got -7, 57.8, I've got -6, 38.6, I got -5, 22.8, 3, 18.8, you got 5, 51.8, 7, 98.4. Okay, now since it says quadratic, I do y1 and go over here, ax1 squared plus bx1 plus c. Okay, and it tells me these numbers are what goes in front of A, in for B, and in for C. So that would be this one. Okay? All right? This is another one of the tables. So I want to start this over again. Okay? I want to make a table. Okay? All right? When I make that table, I got -3. I got -10. I got -2. I got -7. I got -1. I got -4. I got 0. And I got -1. Okay? So these are all lines. So I got to do y1, the little tilde ax1 plus b. All right? I don't have the squareds here because this is a line. And what that's telling me is 3 goes there, -1 goes there. That'd be that answer. Okay? This is another where it says line of best fit. Okay? So I want to start. Even though I just did one, I got to delete the table. Got to start over again. Okay? All right? Let's load the table. This would be 6 and 1,100. This would be 10. This would be 17,000. This would be 12. This is 23,900. This is 15. This is 31,500. This is 20. This is 43,200. And this is 27. 59,900. Okay? Now, since it's a line of best fit, y1, tilde a x 1 plus b. Okay? Now, for these questions, okay? All right? For these questions, all right? It says when will predict the which value is the best prediction of the distance driven in miles by a bus that's been in 40 months? Well, where would the 40 go in this column? That would go here for months. So that's x equals 40. So in this third line, I type x equals 40, and I'm going to find where that crosses at. Okay. Try to figure out what that would be. Okay. So maybe if you ever run into this situation, check these answers and see if it's at those dots. Okay, it's 68,000. All right, there's no dot there. Okay. 91,000. I think that's what the answer ends up being. Yeah, here's my dot there. That's 91,426. So that's going to be that one. So sometimes you may need to check those answers. We went over that problem. All right. Okay. All right. Now we're going to make another table. All right. Going to start over again. All right. So I got table. All right, that table is going to have 0, 0.5, 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 200, 195, 185, 165, 135, 100. Okay. Now, since it's a quadratic, it says quadratic there. I do y1 tilde ax1 squared plus bx1 plus c. Okay? And then it says, when will it be at 3 seconds? Well, 3 is here, so it's x equals 3. So what I want to do is in that third line, I put x equals 3. All right, I'm going to find where it crosses. This one's a little bit better. Okay, it crosses right there at 55. So that's my answer. Okay, all right, variation. Okay, couple things. With direct, it's y equals kx. Inverse, it's y equals k over x. Now, sometimes they like to write the basic equation because they like to cross multiply as xy equaling k. Okay, so sometimes you may see that in both. This says the amount of paint varies, the painter earns, which is A, varies inversely. So whatever is first, so whatever is first happens to be the, or whatever happens before varies is the y. Inversely is the number of painters. Okay, all right. So they're using n for painters. All right. So if I'm using inverse variation, okay, all right, you know, what I'd have here, okay, is basically I have to have one of these types of equations, all right? Now, it's sort of just checking your if it's inverse, as you notice there's no plus in inverse, so these two are gone, okay? Now, the concept is, well, if I were to get, let's say it's 2,000, then if I just cross multiply that up, that's xy equals 2,000. So this is probably going to be the best example of that. Now that's a little bit tricky, but that's the idea. Okay? It says gas pressure varies directly with temperature. Okay? All right, so I got x and y. Okay? It says gas pressure varies directly. Okay, so since the pressure is first, okay, so pressure, temperature. Okay? We're going to fill in these values. This is why you need a pencil with this. If the pressure is 150, when the temperature is 50, what is the pressure when the temperature is 75? So since it says varies directly, y equals kx. Okay? All right? Put my values in. Divide by 50. K would be 3. And I got to rewrite this equation. Okay, now, I got to do these 3 steps every time. This, this, this. Now, how do I figure out this answer? Well, this is x equals 75. So what I do is I put, sort of similar to direct variation, to line of us fit. I got y equals 3x, and I got x equals 75. And I just see where that crosses. Crosses at 225. So that's the answer. Okay, this is going to be one of the division ones. This actually isn't that bad. Your first goes here. Your last goes here. And then this is this, 3n minus 1. Now, since it's division, we're going to divide these. And that's going to figure out what's going to go up there. Well, 18 divided by 3 is 6. And I would just put an n. 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. Okay? And so that other part is my answer. That's how easy that one is. Okay? All right? And that is the end of the level 2 questions.